up, y'all? What is going on with my light? Thank you so much for tuning in to another Capable Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about something that I feel I relate to the most. This has to be the chapter in my life that I'm dealing with right now as we speak. So in today's video, I'm going to give you 5 simple steps to embracing your imperfections and truly appreciating your worth. I know that in this chapter of my life right now, I can do nothing but assess myself in all aspects, whether it's school, whether it's relationships, friendships, work related, everything. I'm learning who I am and to not even really think that everything is an imperfection. As I'm growing into myself, I'm learning to love myself so much more because I'm actually acknowledging the things that I've learned about me, and it's quite a process. So let's jump right into things. I'm going to start off with the first step. The first important factor to embracing yourself and loving you for you has to be to just be yourself. You cannot begin to love anything if it's not of true value. If this is not who you are as a person, you can't grow to love that person because it's not you. It is key to know who you are in Christ. And I say this because once I truly found out who I was in Christ, I was confident in that. And that gave me confidence within myself. And it's hard. Not everybody will acknowledge that, but those are my beliefs, and I stand true to that because it is true. Once you find out who you are through Christ, no one else can tell you anything about yourself. So as you're walking in this path of life and you're starting to learn more about yourself, the next step is assessing yourself. So now, yeah, we've gotten to know ourselves a little bit. Yeah, I know I'm a little crazy. Yeah, I know I can be a little aggravating sometimes. Now that we are starting to really gain a sense of who we are, we need to assess ourselves and realize what is it that I can maybe work on. And the way that I began to assess myself, I began to name the things out loud that I knew that I could work on. The moment that I acknowledged that, and the moment that I was able to say, Kayla, this is something that you need to deal with, it became easier for me to deal with. And that's no lie. I used to really hate the fact that people called me sensitive, and I used to hate the fact that people will always say that I complain and stuff. But I really had to think about it, like, if it's coming from more than one person, then it's probably true. I had to tell myself, like, there's nothing wrong with being in tune with your emotions. Why would I try to deny how I'm really feeling about a situation if that's just solely how it made me feel? I couldn't control the action. I can't control the feeling that I get when it happens, but I can control how I react to it. Now I know when it comes down to different situations, I know how to handle myself because I've assessed. And also, when it comes down to assessing yourself, don't always try to find a way to make somebody else your problem. Meaning that don't be so quick to blame other people for your flaws. I used to know someone that will always find an excuse as to why they didn't really hang out with other people, or why they never could keep friends, or it was always somebody that was fake, and they be cool with this person, but then come to find out months later they talking about how they ended up being fake and they fell out over some drama. And it's just like, if that is a consistent pattern in your life, if that story is always reoccurring, it might not be the people who you're assessing yourself with. The problem might be you. If you find yourself feeling like constantly rejected, or you're constantly coming into contact with fake friends, you're constantly involved in some sort of drama, the problem might be you. You need to assess yourself, because if you're living in a different pattern, if you're living in a different walk, there's no reason why you should be coming in contact with all these other side factors. It's no reason. Okay, so the next step is going to be acknowledging the problem. Because truly, it's not a problem. It's just something that you've learned about you. It's a characteristic of yourself. Now, we'll talk about how it can become a problem, but right now, let's just talk about acknowledging the problem. So, this is where you have to be the big person and be able to say, all right, I'm going to humble myself, and I'm going to allow God to really show me, what is it about me that I could change? If you know me, you know that I can be a little bit opinionated, and you know that I can be a little bit outspoken. Sometimes I can be very argumentative and getting my point across and not wanting to be wrong. But there had to come a time in my life where I was just like, Kelly, you're not always right. It just took me a while to get to this space. And I'm gonna be honest with you, my last relationship allowed me to sit back and kind of just say, like, what is it about you, Kayla, that maybe you could change? you know, maybe how could you have prevented a lot of the situations that happened, or, you know, and it's not that I was faulting myself, but it was just me being optimistic and being a bigger enough person to where I can be open enough and assess myself. I am a big believer on, you are not in control of every situation you put yourself in, but you're in control of most of the situations that you end up in. So you need to be doing everything that you can do to make the situation as less chaotic as possible. So yeah, after you begin to assess yourself and evaluate yourself, and you start seeing, oh well, I could work on this and I could work on that, then you have to assess the people around you. Please know that your circle is going to change. Your circle is going to get smaller. Your circle might get bigger. It depends on what crowd are you moving into. Like, what realm of life are you moving into? Is this going to take you to a healthier realm of life, or are you kind of falling off track with the wrong group of people? What is that saying about company? You are the company you keep. That's it. You're the company that you keep. If you are trying to grow into being a better person, maybe you should surround yourself by people who you desire to be like, or who inspire you, people who motivate you to be a better person. Associate yourself with them type of people, because y'all gonna be great. Y'all gonna be great. Don't fall off and be hanging around with folks who, honestly, as bad as it sounds, the people who can't do anything for your life. And you just have to be blunt. You just have to be real about it. Like, really sit there and evaluate and be like, how is this person a benefit to my life? What are they adding? Are they adding anything? You don't want anybody that's going to bring you down, drag you down. You don't want anybody that's going to stress you rather than to bless you. Did you hear that? You don't want anybody that's going to stress you, but people that's going to bless you. Do it with me. Ow. Figure out what their purpose is in your life. Like, and if it's not really beneficial to you, sorry, but you gotta go. The final step has to be to continue to grow, continue to love yourself, continue to appreciate the imperfections, and continue to embrace them. The imperfections are what make us us. If no one had any imperfection, we'd all be the same. And I don't want to be like none of y'all, except Beyonce. Just and continue to live. In order to really truly gain knowledge of who you really are, you have to experience different things. I might not know something really makes me upset until I experience what really makes me upset. So you have to allow yourself to grow. You have to allow yourself to experience. And I challenge you to start taking these steps. If you're ready to get to a new place in life, go ahead. What is going on with my battery? If you're ready to get to a new space in life, you have to be willing to assess yourself in order to move forward. So, with that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or anything that you know that you feel like you could work on, if you have any questions on maybe how to work on a situation, if you just need advice on it, DM me, leave a comment below. I'm always willing. I always have an open ear for anybody who wants some guidance on how to deal with situations. So feel free to message me, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And until next Wednesday, I love you all. Be capable.